Hello pedestrians, welcome back to the channel of H-Ero. Welcome back to the channel, guys. This will be a Town Uncover Part 37 intro, guy. So thank you for sticking around as long as from Part 1 all the way to Part 37, guys. Man, it's been a journey and it's been a long Let's Play. And we're gonna see how the gang will react to John explaining his side of the story with everything he experienced, and how will Effie and Jacob will react to that, actually. Oh man, in this episode, guys, we're about to see Edward, and we're gonna see what he uncovered in his videos. So without further ado, guys, we're just gonna jump right in and let's see what they find in 3, 2, 1. Let's go! Hello pedestrians, welcome to the channel of H-Ero. Today I'll be continuing playing A Town Uncovered. This will be part 37, I believe. If not, I will edit it the correct number right here. So guys, I'm just going to continue off with the story where we left off, because we're in the middle of the cutscene and Effie's finally got to explain what she did during her detective days with Jacob, during the younger days. So after John finally told his story, it's about time Effie, or rather both of them, tells us what they discovered when they were playing detective in the old days. So let's see how they go, right? The F now. So I think I believe that I read this right before, so let's just go and figure that out. Yeah, Megan brought it up actually, along with Grindlesam. I should have known Megan of all people would have forgotten about it. That aside, it's nice to know Grendel remembers too, right? Yeah, I guess it is. God, I haven't talked to him in so long. I pretty much cut all contact with him after we quit that whole thing. We should go say hi later on. Can we refocus, please? Right. Sorry about that. Well, during those times, Jacob and I were pretty much running around the town solving every little mystery we come across. Lost cats, broken bikes, missing toys. It was all fun and games, but it all started from a place of good because, well, to put it simply, it was thanks to my mom. Oh, yeah. My mom used to read me mystery novels for kids before bed, and she pretty much molded into me this desire to solve cases and taught me the basis of how to read people and know when they're lying or want something. She was a very big influence on the type of person I am today, in fact. I can't imagine. She was an amazing woman, dude. Just this Amazonian who took no B crap from anyone and was the life of the town whenever she went. She always made time for you when you had problems and never needed to raise her voice because she had this one look that she did that just froze you over and over just because what you were doing and just obeyed whatever she said. All kids in the block called it the evil eye. Not even the older kids or even some adults were able to deny her when she gave them that look. She sounds like an amazing woman, Effie. Yeah, she was. Oh god, did she? We don't know. She disappeared without a trace one day, and we never heard from her again. Disappeared in a way not too different from how people in the past seem to vanish into thin air. I'm sure you heard the story while you were doing your own research. Yeah, Luna mentioned something about that. Well, wasn't it Hitomi that told us? Whatever. Well, just like those times, we all waited and waited, hoping for her to be the lucky ones who came back all of a sudden with no memory whatsoever of where she had been. But the days turned to weeks, the weeks turned into months, and the months turned into a year. I don't know where the word turn comes from, but let's just continue on. And at some points, I learned to accept that my mother was gone. Effie, I'm so sorry. Not only for you, but for making you go through it again by telling me. It's fine, you deserve to know. Well, I eventually, as I grew older, learned to accept that my mother was gone. When I was a kid, I wasn't as easygoing to accept it. So, in order to cope, I went hard into this whole detective agency. I was hoping that maybe by solving these childish crimes, it'll lead me to a clue into finding the trail that my mother left. Oh, mom left. And I guess, now that you have your own story with her, I guess it kinda did, in a way. You mean that psycho lady in the lake that I saw? Yeah. You see, John, just like you are right now, my mom was quite invested in finding out more about this lady in the lake. And that's because my mom was actually one of the head detectives of the town back in the day, and she received a lot of sightings and disturbing news regarding this one woman, along with, along with an influx of people going missing. For some reason or another, this case became way too personal for her, and she soon found herself obsessed with bringing in this mysterious woman for questioning. I remember her desk just packed to the brim with notes and reports regarding this strange woman that, at the time, I just couldn't comprehend. Especially when my mom also went missing. Oh God, Effie. It's alright. I'm fine now. But back in the day, you really weren't. I know. I just lost control. I was desperate to find my mom because I knew in my heart that something had happened to her. Dad helped me at first, but, well, my parents argue a lot. Not because they didn't love each other or anything, it's just that their personalities were really conflictive and they liked to rile each other up. It's how they showed they cared. But other people decided to take it as a sign that their marriage was failing, and soon enough the narrative changed from my mother being missing to her running away. Police stopped taking it seriously. Friends and family stopped supporting. And my dad? Well, I guess he just succumbed to the pressure everyone else was giving him to let it go and just accept how things are. He became very bitter after that. And that's the reason why he is so overprotective over me. Because he is afraid you'll end up leaving him like other people told him your mom did. Yeah, even so, I was going to give up because I knew my mom wouldn't abandon us like that. She wouldn't abandon me. So I followed her footsteps as best I could, dragging Jacob along with me all the way until it took us to her. It was the closest we ever got. We followed the rambling of my mom's notes, asked around about previous disappearances in town, and one night we saw the exact woman my mom had been obsessing over, just standing by the lake. We planned to approach her cautiously, see where she took us, but I screwed up. I got too emotional, too desperate for answers. I went to confront her, demanding her to bring me my mom back because I knew she took her. And that's when we learned she set us up. Set you up? She was expecting us, perhaps knowing she had to tie up loose ends. By the time I knew I was in trouble, something had knocked out Jacob, and I had this woman right in my face. I will never forget the way her red eyes stared into my soul. She picked me up like I waited nothing, and took my bag with all the evidence I had of her, all the case notes and photos my mom took, along with the important files of an information I had so far. She threw it into the lake and told me it is haunting tone that I still hear in my dreams. I never come looking for her again, because otherwise they'll take my dad next. The way she almost mocked me as she spoke, as if she knew even if I told someone about this, no one would ever believe me, and just chalk it up as a girl I trying to come up with an excuse on why her mom left. It got me so scared I didn't speak for nearly 2 months after that. And by the time I snapped out of it, I desperately wanted to force myself to forget. Sweet Jesus. I woke up on my bed next morning, so I chalked everything up to a dream at first, until I saw the way Effie was affected. It was a difficult time for us, as you can imagine. Effie, I don't know what to say. There's nothing to say, John. Well, I hope you understand now why it's so difficult for me to tell you. I do. I don't think I can ever apologize enough for it. We are even, remember? Plus, you gave me a gift for that more than makes up for that. I did? He did? Why didn't you get anything for getting me anything? What the fudge? Not a literal gift, you doofus. I mean that you have proven to me not only what I saw back then happened, but you also let me know that this bee is still around. And you are certain we were talking about talking of the same woman. Your description was spot on with what I remember. I don't think I could ever forget her, no matter how much I tried, especially the part about her in the lake. But maybe that's my own desperate need to believe you, so I guess we won't really know until Edward gets here. Where is he, by the way? I doubt he'll be long. I told him since the beach we're going to be here. John! Dude, are you okay? And there he is. Yeah, man, I'm fine. Just bumped on the head because caused by a plank of wood. Jacob, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? You almost gave me a heart attack from a panic attack you actually gave me. Can anyone help me catch up to speed and help explain my actions? I can help you with catching up. Wait. I can help with catching him up to speed, but it only comes to your action. That's a hard hell no. That's on you, BJ. I guess I do deserve that one. Yeah, hitting someone with a plank of wood to the head of 2x4. After catching up. So, you're telling me beyond the water of the lake, there is somehow another version of reality where everyone's crazy sex addict, and they try to sacrifice you in some sort of sex ritual? As hard as I believe, that's exactly what I'm saying. And this woman in white with superhuman ability that is stalking you, seducing you, and wants to kill you is someone related to all this, and the disappearance of Effie mom, and possibly the missing ones in the past? I can say with 100% certainty it's her, but the description he gave her in his story matches the woman I remember to a T. Why is it when he's talking and then she's just like silent? Wow, that's a lot to take in, you guys. And I don't remember why Jacob saw it necessary to knock you out with a freaking 2x4. We agreed that was an issue with miscommunication and lack of explicit detail as to how to carry out the task, along with a moment of improvisation after attacking. Oh, a panic, whatever. That still doesn't make it okay, dude. Still, it's quite a lot to process here. I know it is, and I'm afraid it's the honest truth here. I'm sorry for keeping it a secret. Well, I won't lie to you, man. Had you told me when you requested me to install cameras in the park that you were trying to gather evidence about this whole sex world thing, I probably would have backed away slowly and figured you were insane or having some kind of delusion or something. So I guess I can't blame you for keeping secrecy, considering the circumstances. Does that mean you believe me? Well, the sex world is a bit of a hard sell, but considering what I saw, I'm more on the side that thinks you did see something in the lake, at least, and maybe had a bit of a trip after almost drowning. I guess it's a start. Better than just thinking you're going crazy, at least. Getting back on topic here. Are you saying you did capture something on your cameras, Edward? Oh, yeah. I was going over hours of footage I collected over the week for John for the last few days. And it was not until this morning that I found something that happened on Friday night that really got under my skin. Do you catch anything else through the week that may be of note? Nothing too interesting. People are going on late nights, petting that dog that sometimes is around by the park. Oh, that dog we always pet. Nice. The occasional couple getting busy in the park when no one's watching. Actually, now that I think about it, a lot of people seem to use the park to get busy. As several couples bang all over the bush in the overall area. None of them from a good angle. I was focused on the lake per John's request, but it was quite clear what they were doing. Huh, I should go for late night runs more often. Dude, not the time. Weird sex trends in the park side. You say that nothing was really of note until Friday night then? Exactly what I'm saying. I was about to call it quits and save myself having to go over the last few days when I saw it. And I immediately called John to let him know. Okay, you and John, to an extent, clearly know what you're talking about, but I'm done with being kept in suspense here. What is it that you saw? The ghost lady, right? I saw them coming out of the water. Look, it's better if I just show you guys rather than try to explain it. Everyone, gather around the laptop. Alright, this is right after I installed the camera unit in the park, which is the one that caught it. Are we going to have to go through hours of footage? I don't think there's enough popcorn in the cupboards. That and the old microwave we got in the place isn't going to hold out that much longer. Of course not, Jacob. I just need to find the point in the footage I wanted to show you. Couldn't you just have clipped that part in the video or something? Hey, F you, man. It was already hard enough to try to find the specific hard drive that stored the video feed while having a freaking panic attack because you decided to play baseball with your friend's head. Not to mention, I was already panicking, grabbed my gear, and everything everything to go meet up with John. Alright, jeez Louise. No need to bite my head off, dude. Don't make me come back there, you two. Play nice. Just do what you have to do, Edward. Don't let them get to you. I know. Look, I didn't have time to edit things since I finished reviewing the footage this morning. Don't worry, it shouldn't take long. Plus, nothing really interesting happens most of the time. Did you just fall off a branch or something? Damn, you were climbing up a tree? Phew. That's for being a punk. Now behave. Yeah, sorry about that part. Anyway, none of this footage really matters. Let's just beat up until Friday night. Alright, right off the bat, the entire day had been rather awkward. For the most part, the park seemed to be kind of deserted all day until I found out from my other angles that rather than being the case, people were instead sort of actively avoiding going to that area of the park. It was like all day, with all my other angles taking relatively normal footage, but completely avoiding the area this one camera was filming. Even the weird people who go on nights jogs weren't going there, much less the couple who likes to bang around that area were completely avoiding it, and it seemed like I wasn't going to get anything out of that area. At least, that was the case until I saw this. What in the... Oh boy. Dudes in bathrobes and any kind of hood ain't good news at 2 a.m. If we're about to watch it, we're psycho jerk kind of stuff, I'm out. Ow, that was the other arm. I thought we were gonna see like the robot chick coming out of the water. Did they just... Give it a second. It isn't over yet. TRC. Dun, dun, dun. That was... Okay. I feel like they had a... I kind of had a suspicion they were involved with the other world. But I did not expect this. Holy smokes. This is good storytelling, Giseki. Damn. A snap for you. Wait. Those trucks are from the TRC. Oh, man. Are they dumping chemical in the water or something? That crazy fall-looking man from the web news show was right. What in the actual F? I'm assuming this wasn't what you expected when you asked me to tape all of this, huh? No, not in the slightest. Then, hang on to your hats, because here comes the good part. So, they're cleaning the lake? I highly doubt that's what they're doing in any sort of way. Damn, dude. That's so... I'm still waiting for the ghost lady, or the robot chick. I don't think it's a ghost at all. I think it's a robot chick. And there's way more of them now than there was when they got in the water. Alright, now I'm just creeped out and confused. Will you guys just wait a moment? It's not over yet. It's the girl, the ghost chick. Or I think she's a robot from the other world. Since in John's reality, where they are now, Eloise, or the CEO of the TRC, sorry, she has like a army of these robot women, and I think this robot woman that we see on the screen right now, this one, she's from the other world that also has robots. Oh, hell no! Alright, that's her. No way. I couldn't believe... Wait, it couldn't be the same woman as before, right? Jesus Christ. I'll tell you guys, she was fast. You didn't say anything about her going freaking max 9 for a ghost. Where did she even go? What? That was exactly my same reaction after I saw her for the first time. Yeah, she tends to scare the hell out of you from time to time. How are you guys not freaking the F out about this? I've been dealing with her kind of shit for weeks on end, of constant paranoia she might jump out at any moment, man. I'm used to it by now. I already knew it was coming, and I'm fairly certain one more jump scare today and I'm a goner, so I braced myself for it. Oh, well, Now I feel silly for being the only one who screamed and didn't see it coming. What about you, Effie? You good? Effie? Edward, can you pause it on the frame of the face of the woman, please? Sure. For you guys, I'm gonna do it for you guys. There you go. That's what she looks like. She looks like exactly the robot from we saw in the army from the TRC, the robotics company. Exactly the same. Effie, are you okay? John, are you 100% certain this is the woman who's been stalking you and tried to kill you from your story? I'm positive, not a single doubt about it. What are you thinking about, Effie? It's her. What? It's her. Exactly as I remember her from my nightmares. As if she hasn't aged a day since we encountered her as children, Jacob. You guys have seen her before? I'll explain it to you later, dude. Are you feeling okay? It's her. It's actually really her. I'm so sorry, Effie. I think you can turn it off now, dude. I think we all earn ourselves a 5-minute break after that. Yeah. So, sorry about that, you guys. I needed a moment. I kind of got overwhelmed back there. Hey, no worries. We're just glad you're feeling a little bit better. Yeah, I probably could have made that a little bit less tense or given you a warning so it wasn't as hard on you. Edward, you're very... Okay, guys, it's just kind of weird that he's the one talking, but it's Effie that's speaking. It's kind of weird. But let's continue on. Edward, you're very sweet for considering that, but I assure you that there is nothing you or anyone else could have done to make that any less difficult for me. But still, thank you for considering it. Right, but the business with your mom and all, I can't imagine how hard it must be to see that woman again. Yeah, I see the guys caught you up to speed while I was gone. Thanks, guys. At least we are now all caught up with the situation. And you say me having to explain how I seen her before. Not a problem, dude. Anything for you. Still, now that that's sorted out, what are we going to do? Should we call to the police? Or should we go to the police, sorry. No! Absolutely, we cannot take this to the police. Well, why the hell not? Dude, did you not see the freaking ghost lady just appearing out of nowhere? Plus, if anything, that cloaked guy taking stuff out of the lake and into the van is bound to raise some eyebrows. Anything that involves black vans and guys in hood in the middle of the night is bound to be crazy illegal. Guys, I just had a thought while Jacob was talking. Could it be that John's dad is involved with this crime shit? Like he's always late at night or he's never at home or something like that? Mr. Smith, you are suspicious, man. I don't know, I think you're trying to get your own son killed. Or your attendant, in quotes. Anyways. Even I agree on this aspect. I'm not about to let those idiots at the police department mess with any of this. The jackal did nothing to help my mom when she disappeared, and even if I showed this to Mina directly, it's bound to be buried by them. It's no secret. The only reason the current chief of police has his position to begin with was because my mom went missing. And if the TRC is also involved, it's going to get buried even more so by their legal team. Dude, this is exactly what all horror movies tell us not to do. You have a point there, man. We are way in over our heads, and if everything that John said was also true, who knows what's going to happen if we get too far involved in this. We should leave it to the pros from here. As much as I agree with that sensible answer, I don't think it's going to be that simple, man. Why is that, Edward? I mean, we do have a recording. Yeah, a recording that was made using an illegally installed camera in a public area that has hours of footage other people are going to wish to keep hidden while waving their rights around. Any competent lawyer could very well have that sort of shit tossed out as admissible evidence in court. And we would be the ones charged by who knows how many people. And since my dumbass decided to give a thumbs up to the camera at the start, I'm going to be the one at the most fault. Alright, you have a fair point. And even if the recording was enough to call for an investigation to try and uncover more evidence, I doubt it's going to be taken seriously by anyone, even Officer Mina, once they see I'm involved in all of it. And why is that? Don't tell me you don't remember the merfolk sighting during April Fool a few years ago in our high school days. Oh. Man, I'm kind of curious about that. What happened there? Now, you see why we can't hand this over to the police, you dingus? Hang on, I feel like I'm missing something. Well, basically a few years ago, there was a whole crazy mermaid fad in town over the series of video games got passed around, containing very realistic footage of merfolk in the water around the beach. Everyone in town kind of bought it, and people were going crazy about the whole thing until it was revealed it was all a prank by some of the older teens as a last senior prank before graduation. A prank that got forced to participate in, as I was the one who edited us and sliced the footage of merfolk and helped spread it around town. I was sent to Juby for causing mass hysteria when the older teens tried throwing me under the bus, but I was luckily had recordings of them forcing me to do the whole job, so I got off relatively scot-free. Well, those other guys weren't allowed to attend their graduation. Officer Mina was just a rookie, and even then she was hella pissed. Said if I try anything like that again, I'm gonna regret the day I was born. So there's no way she's going to believe any of this. Even with the recorded evidence, once she finds out I'm involved, and also set up an illegal camera in the park, well shit, alright, there goes that idea. Guess we're going back to square one. Not quite. It isn't obvious that we have to take care of this ourselves. I mean, we know some of what we're dealing with. If we take John's story at face value, and we know who owns those trucks, maybe we find out where they're stored. We can also find out what they're carrying on them. And that could maybe give us an actual lead and actual evidence that the police are going to be forced to look into if the whole town knows about it. That's a lot of maybes for it to be an actual plan, Effie. Well, we have to do something. If that woman is somehow involved in all this, then it's obvious she's more than likely to is also involved with the kidnapping that happened at the Ventitas house recently. I mean, could she be through? All we really know is that she is somehow related to those hooded guys we're doing with the TRC vans. Well, they must have been taken from them, the TRC, so that alone raises some red flags for the company. Maybe the whole truck is just borrowed then. Impossible. The TRC trucks and the other type of large equipment are all stored inside the warehouse district of the company and kept under around-the-clock surveillance by guards and cameras. Oh, guys, I know we're in the middle of this really cool plan they're discussing right now, but we're going to have to end it right here, guys, because my foot is about to run out. I only have like a couple minutes left, so I'm going to end it here, guys. Don't worry, guys. I might upload this too as well on the same day as the previous one. So, pedestrians, this will be the end of part 37. I think this is 37. If you want to see more of a town uncovered, hit the notification bell to keep you updated. And don't forget to like and subscribe so help me make more content of this game and maybe other games in the future as well. So, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a lovely and special day. And I'll see you all in the next part. Later, everyone.